Hi, so here's an update to my story. So after I posted that video about 2 days ago, I got a phone call that all of a sudden they're going to close out the case. CPS is going to close out the case. So that they found no wrongdoing and that I was going to get a letter. So I said, well, that's great, but uh, you've kept me away from my daughter for almost 3 months now, and it was because of what you put in there. And then I go on the district clerk's website and I see that they had a bench hearing without me. Evidence was presented that I didn't even get to defend myself with. Uh, and I only get to see my daughter, or sorry, talk to my daughter for 30 minutes on Zoom once a Saturday until our court date on March 17th. So I call Marilyn Polk, Stephanie Hammon, Monica Sanders, C.J. Broussard. These are all supervisors, supposedly for CPS Region 6. And none of them return my phone calls. I've called them about 10 times and left numerous messages to all of them, and they won't return my phone calls at all. And I'm asking them for oversight. I'm asking them to investigate Ronald Allen Charles, the man that should have been investigated this whole time, and nobody can get back to me. Finally, I call CPS office on Mulworth, and they told me that guess who's assigned to the case? Because I called in CPS on Ronald Charles, and they told me that EVON ARMAGON is assigned to that case. And I'm like, no. I said, that's the one that took the bribes from him that I don't want. Why would they put her on the case? So I had already contacted Internal Affairs and made a report. But since my phone has been hacked by this man, which I know it has because I had asked him one time in front of the school, I said, why are you hacking into my phone? He said, so it's obvious. Every time that I put on my phone and I put find my device, it says that there's another device somewhere else. I just got another email saying that my phone's been hacked into, that my password's been changed. I'm not getting any emails now. So it's just ridiculous. I don't know what was presented in court. I wasn't there, but it shouldn't matter. I mean, it's not fair to be at court or not be able to be there because this guy hacked into my phone. I'm not able to see any messages where I'm supposed to be, if it's on Zoom, if it's at the courthouse, and I can't call and I can't dial out because he's blocking my phone because he has a clone of my phone. And it's proven. I'm not going crazy or anything like that. It's all proven that there's a clone of my phone, that it's been hacked into. I have all that. I'm gonna be posting it right now, and it's all from him. It's all from him. And this guy Fernando Fuentes. Fernando Fuentes is a guy that is his friend, and I noticed his address on my ex's GPS in her Lexus. When I questioned her about it, she freaked out. She denied it. I said, let's go outside to your car so you can see it. No, 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 no. That's okay. That's okay. So he lives in Imperial Valley or something like that, and then now his address is in Spring. But his name is Fernando Bigas, Bigas Fuentes, and I looked him up, and he's like a super computer hacker. Like he's even called the Ninja or something like that. So he writes all this code and all this stuff. So I know it's him. And by the way, she denied it and didn't want to look into that address. And I understand that his daughter is friends with Mila, Ron's daughter, and that he's been going over there a lot and they've been hanging out. So, I mean, come on. It doesn't take a genius to put two and two together. So, anyways, I can't get through to anybody. Nobody's returning my phone calls. I had gone over to Bolsover Street And the minute I walked in there, some guy came down and said, "You're banned from here. You can't be here." And I was like, "Why?" I said, "I'm just trying to find out about my case. I'm just trying to find out about this man and talk to him." And nothing. There hasn't been any investigation. Nothing's going on. And if Yvonne Armagon is handling it, then you can tell that, I mean, it's completely corrupt. This whole thing's completely corrupt. So she's either being paid off or bribed or whatever. And I get a letter in the mail that says I'm not allowed to set foot in there or come near the property, and they'll be reevaluated for 12 months. For what? What did I do? I just showed up there trying to ask about a case. Not one of these people, not Stephanie Hammon, not Marilyn Polk, not her immediate supervisor, I forgot her name, not Monica Sanders, not CJ Broussard, not EVON Armagon, none of them have showed me ID, have shown me a badge, nothing. So before all this, there was a email that was sent to me by EVON Armagon about a safety plan, and I'm gonna post it. And it's hilarious because all those little signatures and all those initials, that's not my handwriting. And I had asked her before, I said, "Who filled this out?" She couldn't say anything. She didn't respond to that at all. So now, all of a sudden I'm not crazy and I don't need a mental health evaluation. But I still can't see my daughter. I still can't go to the school to go pick her up. I mean, come on, man. This guy is being protected. He obviously has some cops working for him, because I don't know if I told you the story, but before all this, I noticed that there wasn't a court order, so I went to his house because he was watching after my daughter to go pick her up. And a deputy from Constable Precinct 5, I believe, shows up, and another guy, and I'm going to post that information down there too. And he looks around the house, and I called them because I was like, I don't want to deal with this guy. I just want to get my daughter and go. So they show up. He goes, looks at the property, knocks, and nobody answers. So I told him, I said, "Look, this is what's been going on, and this is the card from Yvonne Armagon," and I gave it to him so he could look into it. So anyways, he told me yada yada yada, go file a report, go do this, go do that. I said, okay. So I took off, and I was like, oh, I left him the card. So not even about 4 minutes had passed, 3-4 minutes. I drive back, and the cop is still there, and now he's talking to Ronald Charles. And I'm like, I thought he wasn't there. So now, he's obviously got some cops in his pocket or doing favors for him or something like that. And this is just way out of control, man. I mean, I don't think Ilana has anything to do with this. I really think she's innocent. I think she's being forced into it, because I know her. I know Ilana. She is a good person. She's a good woman. She's a good mother. And this is not like her at all, guys. This is not like her at all. This guy has been abusive for years. I mean, years. Emotionally abusive. And he's been abusive to his daughter. And after finding those naked pictures and everything like that, I mean, people, I need you guys to help me, man. Spread the word. Call CPS. Call the news stations. Call anybody to come and investigate this matter. I need somebody to go to 2500 Bolsover Street and look into those CPS offices to make sure if they're even real. Because what the hell is going on? CPS doesn't act like this. There has to be oversight. There has to be somebody held accountable for all this. And what are we? To just live as prisoners? To just because somebody has money and what? They have power? And What? So we're all supposed to suffer? No, man, that's not the American way. I'm telling you, please get the word out. Investigate Ronald Allen Charles. He was born in 1963. I believe his birth date is June 6, 1963. I'm going to post a picture of him. If you see this man, keep your children the hell away from him. Just stay the hell away from him. He is shady. He is corrupt. He's just an awful, awful, awful man. And I pray for him every day. And I pray that God touches his heart and restores his health and mental health. This guy's a complete psycho. And I really need him to stay the hell away from Ilana and from the kids. And he needs to be investigated. And if they find out, which I know they will, all they have to do is look at his phone, his Apple Watch. I mean, before this started, when I was first getting hacked, I saw Find My Device, and it was right at his house. And I made a report, and he was using an iPhone 8 at the time, and nobody did anything. The cops didn't do anything. I have a B&T that I filed over a month ago. I went to the police department, and they said, "Oh, well, we didn't have any evidence, so we didn't open the case." I said, "And when the hell were you going to let me know?" I said, "Nobody's told me anything." And I went and I filed a report with Cyber Crimes Division and Financial because they had broken into all my bank accounts. They took money out, and nothing's been done. Nothing. It's like, what the hell is the police for here? You know, they're all corrupt. Well, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say they're all corrupt, but somebody needs to look into this because this is getting ridiculous, man. I haven't been able to talk to my daughter Tori that lives in Austin. She supposedly made a statement to the court about saying how that I was crazy and all this, but yet I can't talk to her. I can't find her. I called the Austin Police Department yesterday. I'm going to call them again. I called her work, and I think what they're doing is they hacked into my phone and they're able to redirect my calls. So whoever I try to call, it goes somewhere else. So I'm not reaching that person. And another crazy thing about it, and this is something that I saw in the files, is that they're using programs like OneNote and Audacity, and they're using voice AI. So this conversation that I had with you, that would be enough for them to record my voice, set up a template on OneNote, and make a program to where they can type and it'll sound like me, and whatever they can call. Oh, and then all of a sudden I had a Google Voice number, and somebody left a message, and I was like, "What?" I said, "I don't have a Google Voice." So I go look, and sure enough, there's a Google Voice number registered in my name. And with Google Voice, you could do a lot of things that I didn't even know was possible. You can forward calls. You can, if somebody has access to my phone, it'll redirect through there. I mean, God, nobody's looking into this. Nobody. Not the FBI, not H.P.D, not the sheriff's office, nobody. So obviously he's being protected some way. And the only persons that are hurting here is my family. My daughter, Mila, which I consider my daughter. I love her very much, and Ilana. And nobody wants to help, man. Nobody wants to do anything. I need somebody. I need you guys. Please, man. Call whoever. Call the news stations. Let's get this on the news. Let's make this a thing to where they have to be held accountable for this. Because this isn't fair. This is not why I served in the military, so that I could come back here and then what? Be a slave to somebody because of politics? Oh man, this is messed up. I'm asking you guys for help. Spread the word. Please contact KPRC, contact KHOU, have them do an interview with me. Please, I'll tell them everything, man. And I have files here, and I just really need some help for my family. So please, guys, help me. Thank you.